Welcome back, Rankers. Big week. We've got a new website, finally. After 5 or 6 years of the old site. Kriegsy here. Joel, thank you. Finally rebuilt our site for us in WordPress. Now, we had to go from Joomla. Joomla site was built on top of Mambo 4.3. And I just kept upgrading and upgrading and upgrading and upgrading over the years to the point where we had, I don't know, 500-600 pages in the index or something. And so it was a massive job. Now, we haven't fully redone a lot of the front page content or anything like that. But if you want to know the latest in SEO and what we're covering, just go to the SEO blog link on the front page. And feel free, that's last week's show there, feel free to leave a comment like these other 17 people have done. And it's interesting having gone from Joomla to WordPress. And one of the major things that we had to do was 301 redirect all the old URLs on the old site. So hundreds and hundreds of URLs, pages off the old site, to their new address. And the reason that we had to do that is so we just didn't look like a big ball of noise to Google, and all of a sudden all of our content had disappeared. Even though it was still there, Google indexes things based on their address, on their URL. So even though it was the same content, if it had been in the URL, we hadn't told Google that where that content now resided, we would have just dropped out of the index fairly quickly, and it had taken a while to come back. As it happened, our key phrases we've actually improved on. Well, I say we, but it was Joel. We've actually improved on our ranking for some of our key phrases, even to the point where a phrase SEO, which we haven't really chased, mainly because I always tell people if you're going to tackle a phrase, make sure that the time and effort that you're going to put into tackling that phrase is going to be worth the return. And in my experience over the years, SEO related phrases haven't been that profitable, mainly because the people who are Googling SEO related phrases are usually other SEO companies to see where they rank. That's my experience anyway. So, but we're on the front page for an SEO phrase now, which is great. It doesn't bring us any traffic, but yeah, it's bragging rights. So well done, Joel. But feel free to go and leave a comment. And look, this is an interesting comment here from this story last week was about how Census had raised the white flag and is now becoming a Google authorized reseller. And we had Census weigh in on the blog post, which was lovely. Basically telling me I didn't know what I was talking about. And then we had Tommy, previous Census worker, who's I think probably chemically imbalanced. But you can have a read of his post here, where he says I'm an arroganted triple talker, whatever that means. But we publish these comments, even if they're derogatory, and I probably wouldn't publish a hateful comment. But this is just a nonsensical comment, and quite frankly, we all thought it was pretty funny. But the reason that I do that is because I'm trying to poke the bear, in that he's going to, reading this comment, this person's fairly grumpy. So they might come back and respond to my comment, and all those things keeps the site active in the eyes of Google. It keeps the page getting updated automatically. So I don't care what you say. I mean, if it's hateful in any way or libelous in any way, then I'm not going to publish it. Or if you're just coming in to leave a comment and get a backlink, I ain't going to publish that either. But look, and as unbalanced as this person sounds in their comment writing, it's basically updated our page, and he has actually contributed to the discussion. He is actually talking about yellow pages, and he claims to be a former Census employee, so it's relevant. But he might go and tell his friends now how annoying I am, and that his comment got published, and they might come to the site as well. And I really don't care if they contact us or anything else. But it's from my perspective, it's don't see horrible bad comments as necessarily something bad. This is what the social media gurus tell us all the time. Just address it. You don't need to try to cover it up or hide it. And that's what we've done. So Tommy, go and tell your friends and get them to comment as well, because quite frankly, I love the page updates and so does Google. And speaking of Google, this week they have said a couple of things. One of the things is that they're claiming that Bing is copying their search results. You can go and look that up. I don't want to be an echo chamber for Google. And the other thing that they've said this week is that they have made a change to the algorithm to stop a lot of duplicate content getting ranked. So this reminded me of a tweet out by ProBlogger last year, where he said that he just Googled the title of one of his blog posts and found thousands of results and thought, well, how useful is that? So this morning, because we've had the change in the algorithm, I thought I'd go and do it myself. So I've just taken Boost Your Blog Traffic, a guide for bloggers who want more traffic in 2011, and we've got 21,700 results. Now I've put that in quotation marks, so it is actually I've said, this is the phrase, an exact match. I only want to see pages that have this exact phrase on them. Now, a lot of these could be just a page title or a backlink, but if we just take one at random, and I could have picked a faster one, we can see that it's just a direct scrape of Darren's original blog post. Just double check that. So I don't think that algorithm change is having a lot of effect at the moment, but the one significant thing here with this particular blog post, even though I've Googled that phrase and we've got 21,000 results, Darren's site is the first result. Okay, so that's one of the reasons why we switched to WordPress, is because, as I've shown you before, how fast you can rank with Google Caffeine and WordPress, but it has built in, whenever you publish a blog post, it goes and pings all these other search engines and other services out there and alerts the internet, the wider internet, if you like, or the ecosystem, about the post being live. So the bot gets out there first, before anybody else has a chance to scrape the thing. So that's why it's so important to make sure that your post gets indexed first now, or your content gets indexed before someone comes and picks it up and scrapes it. And we found that with Joomla, it was taking about 48 hours, and with the WordPress site, it was taking about 3 or 4 minutes. And to the point last week that after Yellow Pages came and commented on our blog post and said, one of the things that was brought up by a couple of the commenters was that we hate getting the Yellow Pages directories delivered to our home because they're only useful for either getting your monitor to the right height or propping a door open. That's all we use them for. Personally, and this is true, I'm not being funny, I'm not being a smart ass, I use them during the winter a lot to start the e-fitting fire, because we have an open fire and it's a ready source of paper for me. So that's true, that's what I do. I'm not being a smart ass, Census. Seriously, you deliver them to my home, that's what I use them for. So the other comment was telling people how to basically stop having the Yellow Pages delivered. So we went and had a look at that site, which is directoryselect.com.au, and I'm saying this now because I believe Yellow Pages are getting delivered to a lot of homes at the moment. If you go to directoryselect.com.au, you can stop the Yellow Pages delivery. But what I did was I went and did a quick Google Insights check to see what were the phrases related around people who didn't want to get the Yellow Pages. And the main one that came up was how to stop Yellow Pages delivery. Unfortunately, directoryselect.com.au does not rank for that phrase, but of course our new shiny site on a WordPress install ranked for the phrase within 15 minutes. So the message from all of this is make sure that even if you're not using WordPress, even if it's a content management system designed by your web developer, just ask them, can you put some sort of ping operation in there or ping service in there so that my content gets indexed fast, because that's what's important. And that is it for today's show. Look, a big shout out to everybody in far north Queensland. Good luck. And there's a lot happening on the internet this week. But certainly far north Queensland, it looks pretty scary up there at the moment. They're expecting winds of up around 300 kilometres an hour. So to all my friends up there and family who's not quite that far north, thank goodness, good luck, and we'll see you next week. Thanks very much. Bye.